Let's go.
In early 2023, detectives received a Crime Stopper tip that a store employee was selling drugs at the Treasure Coast Square Mall in Jensen Beach, Florida. A 27-year-old male named Patrick thought it was wise to launch a side hustle within Zumiez, where he sold hallucinogens and other unconventional items not.
Now, he did get caught, but let me tell you why this nigga low-key smart. Zoomies, that's where the stoners be at. That's where the drug boys be at. I'm talking acid, cocaine, shrooms. If I had to guess, it would. Did he say shrooms already?
Within Zumiez, where he sold hallucinogens and other unconventional items not approved by Zumiez to customers of all ages. As per the Martin County Sheriff's Office, Patrick had been selling mushrooms for a couple months in the store. Undercover detectives initially spoke with Patrick at the store. Later, they returned on 2 separate occasions and purchased psilocybin mushrooms from him. On September 1st, Patrick's rapidly expanding enterprise would soon face its abrupt downfall.
Not working.
That came in the suit and booty ready for his ass.
What's his name again? Patrick. What's up, man? Patrick, how are you, buddy? What up? Patrick. Put your hands behind your back. We'll explain everything in a second, okay? You're set. Mine's double off. You got him. I got him. No. Here. Just use my. No. Hello, how are you? Good. Where's his black backpack?
You hear that music in the shit? You hear that music in the background? Perfect type of clientele.
What's up? He's got a black backpack. Is this his? This one's his? Thank you. Alright, man, I'm just gonna double lock these on you, okay? So they don't walk up on you, okay? Yep. We'll explain everything to you here in a minute, alright? Do you have anything in your pockets that's gonna stick me, hurt me, anything like that?
Oh, none of sticking. I got a phone.
You, where's your black backpack at?
My black backpack?
Yeah.
You got it.
Got it.
How'd they know he had a black backpack?
Upon searching his bag, they discovered a 30.
Who's training the new guy? 2 no-show? What do you mean he didn't show up?
Managing with Connect Team would be a whole lot easier.
30-gram plastic Ziploc bag containing mushrooms that tested positive for psilocybin.
Nothing else on you. Nothing in your shoes.
Shit, if he was in Oregon, he'd be straight. They legalized mushrooms, didn't they? And like other psychedelics, I think.
What's up? Probably would, yeah.
He'll be able to make phone calls too when he gets to the office, alright? Alright. Just walk out. Thank you.
Damn. Oh, that's the show. Imagine a walk of shame, bro. Imagine a walk of shame of you just walking past everybody and you know everybody's thought in their head as they looking at you is, damn, what that nigga do? What that nigga do? And he don't even know what he did as of right now.
Go out and get a left, okay? Okay. We are just outside where the movie theaters are.
Or actually, if one of you guys want to take a photo.
I'll do that. Anybody got their work phone on them? I'm gonna right there, silver truck, okay?
What's up?
We're gonna right to the silver truck, okay?
Okay.
I'm on the other side. Okay. You're gonna go on the front seat, alright?
Alright.
You guys were just going back to the office? Yeah. Can you pull a police service call for Zumiez, white male, 1015, 51 to SID?
He was subsequently taken to the police department for an interview regarding the events that had taken place.
Hi, Brandon. You good? Yep. What's your name, dude?
Patrick.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used
Why he got a ski mask on?
against you in a court of law. Obviously, we're here because you got yourself in a little bit of a pickle. Alright. Do you have any idea that, I don't know if anyone explained anything to you yet?
But why he got a ski mask on? He acting like this a cartel member. Like he the leader of the Sinaloa cartel. Like what the fuck is going on? Like this is a local drug dealer gang. He ain't got no ties to the cartel. He getting them bitches for the low, selling them off. Like it ain't never that serious.
So
he covered
months
head
ago,
to toe.
we got complaints of you selling mushrooms, weed, just stuff to not only people coming in and out of the store, but also the juveniles. Okay? Does any of this ring a bell at all?
No.
You don't sell anything? Nothing at all?
No.
Okay. Is that what you're gonna stick with? All right.
Damn right.
So you had a black bag with you today.
Yes.
Is that your back bag? Do you know what was inside of it?
Yeah.
What was inside of it?
There were mushrooms inside the bag.
Do you use mushrooms?
Yes.
How much?
Hey y'all, do he look like Post Malone from right here? Right? A little bit.
Mushrooms do you use at a time?
I microdose them usually, but about a gram.
Yeah.
Now, what if I told you that we've been buying from you for a bit?
Oh. Oh, that changed the game entirely. Oh, that changes the game entirely. He said we've been buying from you for a little bit. That ain't just one time. He been consistently selling these motherfuckers to these cops.
Does any of this ring a bell? Like you've been selling, we've seen you, we've dealt with you.
Okay.
Do you want me to elaborate, like refresh your mind a little?
If you want.
It's a little blurry. That's you in the store. That's you during a deal that we did. Okay? Do you have that outfit?
I do. I just got it.
Yeah. So, once again, that's you. We know for a fact you deal.
Okay.
So, do you do it to like help yourself with extra money, with financially, or
Stick to the
help
story.
people out, or what's the deal?
Yeah. I don't do anything bad. Nothing that bad. So.
And I'm not saying that you're a bad person, dude. We get it. Like, hey, you give a little here, take a little there. It's for extra money, right? What I'm trying to understand is, number one, what the actual reason is for you to sell it. I'm not saying you're a bad dude. Like, you know, you don't look like a Pablo Escobar. Like, are you?
Right. So why
confused.
the fuck is you all up in this like this is undercover gear? Like he really finna do something to your ass?
Does anyone at the store know that you do for extra money?
This nigga work at Zumiez.
No one else is involved with it? How much do you sell at a time, dude?
Not much.
Well, what's not much? I mean, you had what? How much did you have with him? Anyone? How much did you have with him?
30 grams.
30 grams. I mean, that's typically how much would you sell that for?
Not much.
What's not much?
$160.
Really? That's a lot for $160. Like, $160 is pretty cheap.
Exactly, because he gets it on the low. Getting it
Partially
dirt.
for the money, but at the same time, mushrooms for a lot of people are medicine, and they help a lot of people with a lot of issues. So I don't
Stick
really
to
need
the
too
script,
much money,
nigga.
so.
You get
How
no
much would you get
course.
that for that you could sell it for 160?
How much would I get that for? Not much.
What's not much?
50, 60.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're making like $100 profit. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm assuming if you buy it in bulk, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna get a good deal.
I don't really deal with mushrooms too much.
No?
No, it's fairly recent that it's been selling much, and clearly this is why.
Yeah. How long have you been working at Zumiez?
A year in November.
Have you been doing it the whole time there?
No.
No. How long have you been selling out of the store?
A month or two.
Okay.
Nigga.
You see what the issue here is, right? Like, how big of a clientele do you have?
Not much.
My thing is, if he trapping out the store, right? If he trapping out the store, you telling people to pull up on you at Zumiez, you know, like it's a regular transaction. I got two things. One, cameras watching you. The Zumiez, like, store cameras are watching you, right? That's number one. Number two, why can't you just do this shit at a park? Or, like, why would you... There's too many people at the mall, man. You putting too many eyeballs on you. Like, everybody walking in Zumiez and ain't walking out with nothing. I mean, I guess that is a mall. But I'm saying though,
No.
like only when you working is motherfuckers walking in on Zumiez all the time with nothing.
Much?
I don't make that much money.
Okay. Well, the issue obviously still stands that we're here, obviously, so yeah.
Patrick claimed that he had been engaging in the mushroom trade for approximately a year, seeing it as a strategic maneuver to expand his customer base discreetly within the realm of Zumiez.
How long have you been selling the mushrooms for?
Maybe like a year.
He's not dumb though, cause like that would be smart. Like if I was selling fidget spinners, I'd do it right in front of the Toys R Us. Why? Kids love fidget spinners. If I'm selling drugs, where am I going? Somewhere where the niggas dress like they homeless. Zumiez. Right? And none of y'all niggas in the comments get all butthurt that I'm talking about Zumiez like that. I just don't wear it. But then again, I don't buy clothes for real, so get off my ass, please.
So you just started selling in the last 2 months at Zumiez, but you've been selling it for a year overall?
About.
Where do you typically get it from?
A guy.
Like locally, at the mall?
Yeah, an old friend.
Well, you don't seem like a bad dude, man. It's just one of those things where you got
yeah.
caught up. Yeah. How much mushrooms do you think this dude has that you usually get it from?
He has, I'm not sure. He usually has like chocolate bars, but it's mainly weed that I get from him. But I've stocked up a long time ago on mushrooms, so that's why I used to take more myself, but after like a really bad trip, I stopped taking them as much. It was mainly for me at first, just to kind of stock up because they're hard to get.
Yeah. The dude that you get in Port St. Lucie, you said he has bars.
Chocolate bars.
The stuff you had today wasn't chocolate bars.
Oh no, that's what I said. He usually has chocolate bars. I had gotten it a while ago.
So that was from a while ago, from that same guy?
Yeah, those are pretty old in there.
Okay. Alright, just give me a second. Dude, let me just ask you though. So obviously, not only do people, tourists, whatever, just come in and randomly ask you, and you just kind of give it to them. What about like kids, like juveniles?
Oh no.
You don't deal with juveniles?
I try my best. I mean, I don't ID people, but
like, because the issue that, like I said, the whole reason this
I wish a drug dealer would ask for my ID. Like, nigga, please.
started is because kids are getting banned.
I've never sold mushrooms to any kids.
Well, juveniles, I mean, in the teenage years, I don't know if you'll be able to tell the difference.
I mean, like I said, I don't ID, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Have you ever had anyone tell you that they've had a really bad trip or anything off the stuff you gave them?
No.
Never. But you've had yourself personally?
Well, I took way too many.
How much is way too many?
It was about 14 grams.
You took a
Damn!
whole 4.
Damn! Oh, no. Allegedly, I took 1.5 grams one time. Bro, it was pouring rain outside. I kid you not, bro. It was raining all day long, hard as fuck. My dumb ass, I wanted to go outside so bad. So I just went outside and started playing with the wet leaves. And I sat on the ground, on the wet, muddy ground, and listened to like a little creek flow by. It was the most fun time of my life. I could only imagine taking 14 grams, bro. I'm going to be dead in the creek. Shit.
14 grams, just ate them?
Well, it's called, I don't want to go into the whole specifics.
No, I'm curious. This is me just
It's called lemon teching. Basically, if you grind up the mushrooms and put them in lemon juice, which is citric acid reacts to the psilocybin in the mushrooms, which it basically doubles the dose, but it shortens the trip. So where the trip you take 7 grams, the trip might last 8 hours. If you lemon tech 7 grams, you're gonna trip way harder, but it'll only be for like 2-3 hours.
Shit.
Yeah.
So what do? Do you like shut everything off and kind of just meditate?
Well, that time I did it. I was in a really bad place at the time.
Gotta be to do 14 G's.
So I did that. I did it in the dark in my bed. And I like time travel. It was scary. I like partied with demon clown guys and stuff. Yes. But that's again why I always tell people that you need.
Hey, the editor got me weak because he was on the same type of shit I was on. That nigga don't care about that time, bro. He just gonna taper it down just a little bit. He don't want to get that high, but that nigga gonna get fucked up. Because watch him say, but.
Yes. But that's again why I always tell people that you need to weigh it out and you need to know how much you take, because they can do that to you. But like I said before, it does help. I mean, it's obviously mushrooms are starting to be legalized throughout the country. It does help in a therapeutic sense. You know,
I've heard that. I've definitely heard that. Where do you have your ounces?
I'd rather not answer that.
Okay, that's fine.
Real quick, was there anybody else working at Zumiez today, or is it just you?
I had one other worker.
So there's somebody there right now?
Yeah.
Okay, because we walked out with you and didn't see anybody else in there. I want to make sure it's secure.
No, yeah, she's supposed to like call someone.
Okay. Alright.
So you don't want to say where the rest of it is?
I'd rather not.
Okay, then yeah, we're right to say no. I just want to make sure that it's not laying around where someone can get to it or try it or kid or anything like that.
Nope. You plans to ever do this again?
To sell and stuff like that?
Yeah.
After, if I get out of this, no, this is my...
Like you said, unfortunately, the what really was the, I don't want to say bread and butter because that sounds like a terrible way to put it, but the most unfortunate part about this is that we were getting complaints that kids were getting hold of this and that kids were buying it.
That's just
and when we say kids, but we mean people under 18 years old. And you know just as well as I do, like, it's hard to see, like, or tell how old somebody is, because sometimes, like, dudes, girls,
that's why I'm very curious about it, because most people, I mean, they're all seem to be adults to me. That's why I'm very confused.
Yeah.
Especially the mushrooms is, I have a very, even when friends of mine ask, because I do have people, people are 18 and close, I tell them, I do not give mushrooms to children.
Yeah. How tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
6'2"? How long have you been growing a beard?
Don't lie.
It's been a while, 6+ years.
Yeah, 6+ years. How old are you?
I'm 28, turning 28.
28. Okay, so I mean, like, when you were in high school, did you have facial hair?
Mm-hmm. I have facial hair.
And
no, I definitely understand. I definitely understand that.
You probably could have walked into a gas station and like bought beer. You know what I mean?
The funny part is that when I was underage, I never got ID'd, and as soon as I came of age, I got ID'd.
Usually how it happens.
Yeah. It was
my old ass, bro. You know what pisses me off, bro? People say I look old because of my beard, bro. I'm only 27. People be acting like I'm 35, bro. Like, when when waiters, like, wait on me and they don't ask for my ID after I get a beer or something, I'm like, you sure? Like, I'll just in case you want to check it. I am still young, ho.
Very
you know what I mean? Like, it's hard.
No, I definitely understand that. I will say, I have been very advocate for with anybody who ever asked me that I do not give mushrooms.
I believe that. I don't believe you
to anyone, because as somebody who, like I said, tripped too bad, I understand that it could severely mess up your mental state.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, we're not saying you specifically went out and saw it.
No, I understand. Listen,
it's just unfortunate.
I did this. I fully understand the ramifications of my choices. I get it. But, however, if I could say one thing,
that nigga
I
love
always
that
make
butt.
sure that mushrooms never went to kids.
Of course.
But the weed,
I understand, man. Does like your trips, when you go on a trip, is it like always the same, or is it something different each time?
I would say so. That one time was the only time I ever saw anything that wasn't there. All the other times, it's usually just,
See, I only need one time like that for me to stay off it forever. Two things that I have a fear of: clowns and demon clowns. Nigga, I would off myself if I was ever in that situation, bro. I can't. I'd be panicking. I'd be crying. Ain't no telling what I do, boy.
Things are just kind of moving and colors are
moving. You're like on that 70s show, kind of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, you look at your phone and everything's dancing around. It's usually pretty fun until you abuse it to the point where you take way too much and then it's your own. Like I said, I saw like crazy demon clowns and stuff that I time travel with.
Right, like
Patrick was charged with felony counts of possession of a controlled substance, ×2. Sell, manufacture, distribute Schedule 1, 3, or 4 drugs, ×2. And unlawful use of a two-way communication device, ×2. Lastly, his bond was set at $120,000.
Don't sell drugs, kids. If you made it to the end of this video, man, make sure you hit that sub button. We're going to keep doing videos like this. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.